We have the current box office flops of 2021. And what are the new movies for the box office flops of 2021? So, as I told you last time, current box office flops and failures of 2021 was Mortal Kombat and Wire and the Last Dragon and Chaos Walking, which I didn't even know that movie even existed. But that was also a box office failure. But we can add a new, and I was gonna say Spiral, but it seems that this movie is making a comeback internationally. So is Spiral is not one of the box office failures. So yep, Spiral is not one. I think it will be. I said it might barely squeeze past the amount of money it needs to make back its money. And according to older movie blogs, Godzilla vs Kong is a box office failure. Like he actually said that the movie is a box office failure, but the movie has this. I believe the same budget as King of the Monsters, and that movie was not considered a box office failure by by Warner Bros. And this movie made much more money worldwide at the worldwide box office. And the movie has like a same budget, it's $130 million budget. So yeah, and now we'll go to the worldwide box office here. Okay, and yeah, we can add two more movie. I think a couple more movies to the list. So the first one is no, Rabbit Man actually is a box office success. They actually updated the worldwide 124 million. That's actually a box office success. Actually, that's not surprising. So we can add two more movies to the list. Okay, first one is pretty obvious. I talked about this one, Spirit Untamed, $9 million worldwide, $40 million budget. This movie is a box office failure. It's doing if it continues doing abysmally internationally, which I predict it will. I don't know if it has a China release date. I actually got to look that up. And internationally, oh, that's the wrong site, not wrong site. We have Spirit Untamed. Angela Police. Release date. Here. And yeah, Spirit Untamed. It is coming out. It is going to slowly roll out internationally. But it is going to release in a couple of markets: Mexico, Australia, Italy. But I think it's going to continue doing abysmally at the international box office. I think it's going to go like $10 million. There's $15 million internationally, $15 million domestically, which means this movie is going to be a box office failure no matter how much you swear. And again, people don't really like this movie, so I think this movie was doomed at the start. But the next movie, Disney fanboys are not going to hear this, but we have another Disney. It depends on how big the budget is for this movie, and that is Cruella. Again, the budget ranges from $100 million to $200 at the box office. $200 million, but the movie has made $100 million, $111 million. It is entering its third weekend, and it's doing significantly worse in comparison movies, with the exception of this week. But I think considering that Hitman's Bodyguard, which is gonna be some competition coming out in a couple of weeks and 2 weeks, and The Heights, which is also gonna be another movie that's also competition for this movie, because both movies are rated, I think, rated PG-13. Yeah, Hitman's Bodyguard I think is rated R, and it's also a comedy as well. And In the Heights is, I think, rated PG. Yeah, rated PG-13. Hitman's Bodyguard's wife is also a reason. Again, critics didn't like that movie, but again, who gives a crap what the critics think? Because they said Cruella was an amazing movie because Disney made it, which is completely hilarious as well. And yeah, and Fast 9 is definitely going to destroy Cruella's chances as well. So the things are just not looking too good for Cruella, and Cruella's budget is unknown currently because it says $100 million, but then some source says $200 million. Some source says $100 million. Scott Mendelson, $100 million. Other sources, $200 million. Okay, make up your goddamn mind for the budget of the movie. But it seems that doesn't really matter if movies box office flop, because apparently Disney is making a sequel similar to how Warner Bros. Is making a sequel to Wonder Woman 1984. So I think the $100 million budget is much more accurate as well. But the budget could be a $200 million budget, which means this is a box office flop for Disney. And yeah, Disney's not gonna like to hear this, but yeah, this movie's a failure. And nobody cares about this movie, despite how many times they can rig the IMDb scores to give you movies. So we can go by publisher for box office failure here. And I think they have. Do they have a worldwide one? Worldwide. You know, and yeah, Hi Mom's actually the highest grossing movie is called Hi Mom. That's a Chinese movie, obviously, but yeah, that's a Chinese movie. But I think they can't box office flops here. I think two movies that already are box office flops is Mortal Kombat, $60 million budget, 93 million worldwide. Not surprised at all. I think nobody's shocked by that. And of course, Wire, $150 million budget and only made $142 million worldwide. And yeah, Quiet Place made $176 million. Yeah, I said Quiet Place is a box office success. And Fast 9 will probably make back its money as well. It only has a massive box worldwide total of 256 million as well. And it's not even out in America and Europe and South America yet. Latin America yet. With the other biggest markets, Australia and other markets as well. And, you know, you have, and yeah, In the Heights, it really depends on the domestic box office. But I think that movie will probably make out to big box office success, probably around 140 to $160 million. Like Crazy Rich Asians, I think did much better than. I think I'll look up Crazy Rich Asians box office. Yeah, that movie, 2018, came out that long ago. Yeah, 134 million domestically for that movie. I'm surprised it didn't do well in China, but again, they did release it in China like far after the movie came out in the country, and then nobody watched it because everybody probably fucking pirated the movie anyways, which is just hilarious when you release a movie in China and nobody watched it because everybody just pirates the movie anyways. It was going up against Venom, which yeah, the movie was all people called all a pirate because again, China has a big pirating problem with the movies. And yeah, that means we have 4 box office failures so far this year, 5, and probably many more of it, including smaller movies. But I'll talk about the major movies that were released so far, which is Raya, Mortal Kombat, Cruella, and, of course, Spirit. But we do have some box office successes. Godzilla vs. Kong, A Quiet Place Part 2, Tom and Jerry, Wrath of Man, as well. That's not Avengers Endgame. Nobody. Obviously, Peter Rabbit 2 will probably end up being a box office success. Spyro will probably end up barely being a box office success as well. At the box office here. And we're gonna probably have Into the Heights will probably be a box office success as well. Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife will probably be a box office success as well. And Fast 9 will probably be a box office success alongside, Boss Baby. And yeah, I think the next box office flop will probably be in July. It'll probably be yeah, it's gonna probably be G.I. Joe's gonna probably be the next box office failure. But again, the box office is very unpredictable. A movie could underperform expectations and could bomb. But yeah, Purge, again, low budget movie, same with Escape Room. Black Widow and rest is absolutely bombs. I think it's gonna be a box office success because it is a Marvel movie, and Marvel movies typically do well at the box office, but it could underperform. Was my tracking, I think it's gonna gross around 80 million. It's gonna go similar to Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I think, yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp I think didn't really do too well compared to other movies because it was so boring. Ant-Man and the Wasp is one of the worst Marvel movies actually. It's like one of the worst. But yeah, domestic release. Here, opening 75 million, not 60 million. So I think it's okay. That means it'll be more for the Dark World. Okay, for the Dark World. Okay, let's go for the Dark World. Yeah, for the Dark World, 2014. Yes. The movie opened with 85 million. What's the worst grossing Marvel movie then? Yeah, I think Black Widow's gonna probably gross. I think the two big comparisons could be this movie and Ant-Man and the Wasp, but that movie's not out yet. So, yep, that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.